How can Monaco, if you will, teach or serve as a best example for those nations, let's say in the Eurozone or even outside the Eurozone, that are struggling? What can they do maybe in the immediate and the long term to help themselves and each other?
I think that first and foremost, I'll use the very words that Ban Ki-moon used when he came to Monaco a few weeks ago, when he said that small states or small countries can have great ideas or big ideas. And certainly we're in no position to teach the world, given our small size and but long history. We're in no position maybe to teach the world what the world should do. However, there are a few simple recipes which have done well and performed with very good results in Monaco. And I would start with sound public finances. We're a country with no debt and no deficit, no structural deficit. If we run a deficit, it's only to prepare for the future, build public equipment, housing, schools, what have you. We don't have to service debt. And so this means that we do not have to impose a tax burden on our citizens, which would make their life unbearable. On the other hand, we believe very much in a strong cooperation between the public sector and the entrepreneurs. Monaco, from that standpoint, is quite liberal in the sense that we always try to provide a framework which helps entrepreneurs from all over the world to come, establish a presence, create a company here, create jobs, create wealth, and these jobs and this wealth benefit to the neighboring countries such as France and Italy, for instance. So there again, we very much believe in interaction between private sector and public sector, as well as the freedom to create and operate. This being said, we are, thanks to the administration, in a constant position to supervise, regulate. If for any reason some businesses fail, which is the very nature of entrepreneurship, well, we will try and accompany them, make sure that the dismantling is being done in order without creating havoc for clients or investors. And if possible, of course, we will intervene before those entities run into trouble, if anything, so as to prevent what we see happening, unfortunately, elsewhere around the world. In general terms, I would say that, again, it is through this little Monaco model of interaction between public and private that we probably could prevent such events from happening again, or people in powerful positions to run into the same criticism or the same mistakes again by implementing regulation with a certain, flexibility. That is to say, on one hand, we all know that the market does not self-regulate itself perfectly. And on another hand, we know that too much constraints, rules, regulations, norms, etc. are harmful to business. So, again, being very pragmatic because of the sheer size, the very little size of our country, I would say that anything that can promote good understanding and good cooperation between the authorities and the private sector, so as to prevent any of those excesses, over-regulation or over-reliance on self-regulation, should probably be an option to consider.